No force, no fight. Just the gravity of her own desire. Just pure Stoic magnetism. Welcome to Strong Male Figure. In a world where everyone is shouting, chasing, and competing for attention, true power is quiet. True influence doesn't chase, it attracts. You don't need to argue, impress, or beg for anyone's loyalty, especially a woman's. When you master the art of stillness and presence, desire begins to orbit around you. So today, I want to show you a different kind of dominance, one that doesn't demand submission, but inspires it. No force, no fight, just the gravity of her own desire. This is not about control. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to control anyone to get what he wants. Because when you embody real masculine calm, everything and everyone moves toward you naturally. The secret law of gravity in human nature. Here's a truth most men never understand. You cannot make someone love you. You cannot make them respect you. But you can become so centered, so whole, so purpose-driven, that their instinct is to move closer. It's the same way planets orbit the sun, not because the sun commands them, but because of what it is. The sun doesn't chase, it doesn't beg, it simply shines, consistently, powerfully, and without apology. And the entire solar system adjusts itself around that light. That's how you want to live, not chasing validation, but embodying value, not seeking control, but commanding respect through presence. Masculine gravity is earned, not imposed, and once you have it, you never have to compete again. Stoic wisdom. Control yourself, not others. The ancient Stoics understood this perfectly. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Translation: stop trying to control her actions. Control your reactions. When you stop trying to force outcomes, something changes. People feel it. They feel your calmness, your independence, your quiet dominance, and that alone is magnetic. Think about it. Desperation repels. Calm attracts. Neediness suffocates. Confidence breathes. You don't have to fight for her attention when you've mastered your own energy. Because every woman senses this truth at a primal level. If he can control himself, he can lead me. If he cannot, I can't trust him. So the Stoic man never begs, never yells, never fights for dominance. He becomes dominant by being unmoved by what moves others. No force, no fight, just gravity. Why chasing kills attraction. When you chase something, you give it power over you. You make it the center of your universe, and by doing that, you lose your own gravity. Most men fall into this trap. They start strong, confident, composed. Then they meet someone beautiful, and suddenly their mind becomes her orbit. They text too much, worry too much, try too hard, and in doing that, they break the natural polarity that creates attraction. Because here's the secret. Women are not drawn to attention. They are drawn to certainty. When you chase, you show uncertainty. When you relax, you show strength. It's not about being cold, it's about being centered. You're not ignoring her, you're simply not collapsing your world around her. The difference between a weak man and a strong one is not in how much he wants, it's in how well he can wait. Patience is a weapon. Stillness is a force. Let her desire come to you. It's more powerful when it's her choice. The power of silent influence. There's a kind of man who walks into a room and everyone feels him before he speaks. His body language says, I am in control of myself. His eyes say, I see everything, and I'm not threatened by any of it. That's silent influence. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. He's aligned with who he is, what he wants, and where he's going. He doesn't force connection. He lets energy find him. Women feel that in their nervous system. They feel safe around it and intrigued by it. It's the same reason wild animals approach calm humans but avoid those who fidget. Stillness signals power. Calmness signals safety. Safety creates attraction. When you speak less and observe more, people open up. When you stop trying to prove your worth, they start to see it. And when you stop chasing love, love starts chasing you. No force, no fight, just gravity. Your energy is a frequency. Energy doesn't lie. You can wear a suit, drive a nice car, or talk like a confident man. But if your energy says, I need you to want me, she'll feel it instantly. Women are incredibly sensitive to the energy of men, far more than most men realize. That's why the most attractive men are not the loudest, but the most grounded. Grounded energy says, I am enough, with or without you. That's the energy of gravity. When you enter a room, don't push, don't perform, don't posture. Simply be present. Your breath, your tone, your posture, all of it communicates silently. Your calm energy creates space for her to lean in, and that space is where desire is born. Remember, desire cannot be forced. It has to bloom in freedom. And freedom is something only strong men can give. The art of detachment. Detachment isn't indifference. It's power over outcome. When you are detached, you're not emotionally enslaved by results. You give fully, love deeply, but you don't need things to go your way to feel valuable. A woman can sense that, and ironically, that's what makes her want you even more. Because detachment signals one thing. You have abundance. You're not afraid to lose her because you've already found yourself. Seneca said, he who is brave is free. The man who can walk away without bitterness is the man every woman remembers. Because his love is never forced, it's offered. And what is offered freely is always more valuable than what is demanded. No force, no fight, just gravity. The difference between control and command. A weak man tries to control through manipulation, jealousy, or emotional games. A strong man commands through consistency, self-respect, and inner peace. Control is fragile. It depends on fear. Command is magnetic. It depends on respect. You don't need to raise your voice when your presence carries weight. You don't need to prove your worth when your life already reflects it. When she sees that you're calm under stress, focused under pressure, and principled under temptation, she starts to admire you in silence. And admiration is the seed of submission. Not forced submission, willing submission, born out of respect and trust. That's the kind of influence that lasts. Build a world worth entering. Men who chase often have nothing worth chasing toward. Their life is empty, so they fill it with pursuit. But men with gravity build worlds. They have routines, missions, and passions. They create peace in their environment and purpose in their schedule. When you have a direction, your presence feels like an ecosystem, stable, full, and purposeful. A woman doesn't just want your attention, she wants to enter your world. But you have to have one first. Build a vision, create something, a business, a goal, a dream. When you live with purpose, you become the kind of man whose silence speaks louder than other men's compliments. That's gravity. The beauty of mystery. In the age of oversharing, mystery is power. You don't have to tell her everything about your plans, your feelings, or your moves. Let her wonder, not because you're playing games, but because you're focused on life, not validation. Mystery isn't manipulation, it's maturity. It says, my world is bigger than romance, and that is irresistibly attractive. Women respect a man who doesn't expose every detail of himself too early. They feel the gravity of someone who's deep, not desperate. When you master the art of silence, people start to project curiosity onto you. And curiosity is the spark of attraction. No force, no fight, just the natural pull of interest. The man who needs nothing attracts everything. Every time you say, I'll be happy when she calls, you give your power away. Every time you panic because she's distant, you shrink your energy. But when you live with the mindset, I am content regardless, your aura expands. Your peace becomes contagious. And peace is addictive. She won't know why, but she'll keep coming back to your calmness, your stillness, your certainty. Because in a world full of noise, the man who needs nothing becomes the one everyone needs. The Stoic conclusion. Gravity is built, not given. So how do you build gravity? 1. Discipline your emotions. React less, think more. Calmness is power. 2. Know your direction. A man without a path becomes lost in others' approval. 3. Speak little, mean much. Your silence should make people listen harder. 4. Detach from outcomes. Love fully, but never lose yourself. 5. Stay rooted in values. Integrity gives weight to your words. Do this, and you won't have to force attraction. You'll embody it. Your relationships will change. Your energy will shift. And people will start to sense it without you saying a word. You'll walk through life not chasing, but attracting. Not fighting, but drawing. Not forcing, but becoming the gravity itself. So remember this. True power doesn't chase. It simply exists. And everything weaker naturally moves toward it. No force, no fight, just the gravity of her own desire. If this spoke to you, like this video, share it with a man who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Strong Male Figure. Because strength isn't loud. It's silent, steady, and self-assured. Stay grounded, stay calm, stay a strong male figure.